talk about one of the most common lies we tell without even thinking about it. I'm fine. We've all said it. Sometimes it's true, but let's be honest, a lot of the time it's not. I'm fine is the go-to phrase when we don't really want to talk, or we don't know how to explain what we're feeling, or we just want to avoid that awkward moment of being too honest. I've said I'm fine while running on 2 hours sleep, dealing with stress, pain, overwhelm, you name it. And let's be real, half the time I'm fine really means I'm about 5 seconds from falling apart and I don't want to make a fuss. One moment that really stuck with me was not long after my mum passed away. I was trying to come to terms with the grief while raising hormonal teenagers, supporting everyone around me, dealing with financial pressure, and managing my own health issues. And even with all of that going on, when someone asked how I was, I said, I'm fine. Not because I was, but because I didn't know how to begin explaining what was going on inside. It was easier to just smile and keep going. Another time during a visit to my doctor, she asked how I was doing, and I said it again, I'm fine. But I wasn't, and I didn't even realise how not fine I was until she asked. I immediately broke down in tears, completely unexpectedly, and it was obvious I wasn't okay. I was even mildly annoyed with myself because I couldn't pull it back together. It was a few months after my dad had moved out of my care and into residential care. Because his needs had become more than I could manage on my own, what I hadn't realised was that bubbling under the surface was this heavy feeling that I'd failed him. I was grieving, not just for the change in routine, but the loss of that role, the connection, and the version of life I'd been trying so hard to hold together. All of that had been sitting just under the surface, and yet my automatic answer was still, I'm fine. Sometimes we say it because we don't want to burden others, or because we've convinced ourselves we should be coping, or simply because it feels easier than opening up. It's automatic, like saying good thanks when someone asks how you are while you're pushing a trolley full of emergency chocolate and paracetamol. But here's the thing, when we constantly say I'm fine when we're not, we rob ourselves of the chance to connect, to be supported, to even acknowledge how we actually feel. So what can we say instead? It doesn't have to be a therapy session. It can be as simple as I'm getting there, or it's been a bit of a tough day but I'm okay. Even just not great, but thanks for asking, can open the door for something real. And if someone says something like that to you, like it's been a tough day, you don't have to fix it. Just try, I'm really sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it? That one simple question can go a long way. It lets them know you're safe and they don't have to pretend with you. And sometimes, I'm not sure how I'm feeling is the most honest answer we've got. There's nothing weak about being real. In fact, being honest, especially in small everyday ways, can be one of the strongest things we do. So next time you catch yourself about to say, I'm fine, maybe pause. Ask yourself if that's really true, and if it's not, give yourself permission to say something else. And if someone tells you they're fine and it feels a bit off, maybe just give them a moment. Sometimes it takes more than one chance to open up. Thanks for listening, and just in case no one's asked you today, how are you really?